Hi everyone, welcome to Sports Jazz. Josh and Isaac, we are back streaming. I know you missed us, and of course, we also missed you. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Sports Jazz, Josh and Isaac, we are live again in studio. Yep, streaming live, and of course, as always, it's still Man United. We're still banging on that Man United. We can't get enough. I just can't get enough of Man United. Amorim is in. The air is new. The Old Trafford is bright. Everything is shiny. We all want to test that Amorim ball. So, yeah, once again, I welcome you all. I have my colleague Josh in the studios, myself, and yeah, Josh. Today we are going to be looking at the dominancy that is about to end. I mean, Ten Hag said all errors come to an end, but he failed. Well, we have the right man right now, according to me. We have the right man to stop or to put an end to both City and Pool or Liverpool's dominance. Tell me, I don't know whether your feeling is just as mine. Run me through it, Josh. Is it the right man? Is it the end? Are we seeing a new chapter? The
Well,
3-4-3, the 3-4-2-1, the Amorim ball.
yeah, that is quite difficult to say at the moment, but I'm really excited for Manchester United. I'm really excited for Ruben Amorim.
Very much excited too.
I liked the things that he says. We earlier had his interview, and he was very moving, and his demeanor, everything about him just looks like this is the right place for him, and he looks like it is the time for him to be a Manchester United manager. And for the first time in a very long time, Manchester United has gotten a manager of the times. We've often gotten managers to fill the gap, to fill the void, to
Yeah,
help us get back to the glory days a bit quicker. But we had forgotten everything that was behind the scenes to make that adjustment possible. But when you hear what Amorim says, and the demeanor that he has, and the success that he had from where he came from, you have to really be excited about his new job. And as a Man United fan, I'm really excited. I think the Man City Liverpool dominance is coming to an end soon.
well, you're very confident about that. Very, very confident.
Yes, I
I,
am confident
I hope
because,
we get good returns from Ruben Amorim,
yeah, sure.
because I'm telling you, I would say 90% of the Man United fan base is really, really in high spirits. They all, I cannot wait for next weekend. That is against Ipswich, or Ipswich hosting us. I cannot wait. I'm very much excited. The man himself was at the man himself was at Old Trafford yesterday, and when asked about the weight of Old Trafford, he says that's very funny because I feel very relaxed. Maybe because it's not game day. When we have a game, I'm a different guy, but I really don't feel the weight, and that's very, very interesting. Usually, any manager would say, "Yeah, the stadium is this and that," but he shows you he's relaxed, he's calm. He also admits if it's a game day, it's a different vibe, and he's happy to be there. I saw videos of him touring around, rather greeting, saying hi to almost each and every employee of Manchester United. Even that video when he stepped on the pitch, it was amazing, man. And again, I myself as well, I can't wait for him to get hold of City. We've already seen what he can do. I mean, not that I'm really getting excited, but
No, you have to be excited.
we've seen
You
what
have
he
to be
can do.
excited.
Yeah, and I
I mean,
am
the man has been very successful wherever he has been. He has
correct.
actually put doubters out of their misery everywhere he has been. He managed Braga, but within just 13 games, I mean, the guy had won 10 of those games. And it looks like it has become a pattern that for him to go to another club, you have to buy out his clothes, because Sporting Lisbon did buy out his clothes while he was at Braga, and
Yeah.
there was all this negative energy around Sporting Lisbon having gotten services of a guy who is inexperienced like Ruben Amorim.
Mm.
But he signed for Sporting Lisbon. He's been 4 years there, and yeah, the rest is history. So United, we did go and buy out his clothes, and now he's a Manchester United manager, and he's ready to do good work at United. I
And
mean,
I believe
for
he's going to
me,
do very good work.
yeah, for me, why I'm very excited, and I really think that the dominance of clubs like Man City and Liverpool will soon come to an end through Ruben Amorim, is because of the structure that we have at the club. The
Mm.
structure we have at the club of very highly qualified football people.
Yeah.
They've gone out there and have gotten the services of Ruben Amorim, so they must listen to the manager, because this manager has been successful elsewhere. We've had a problem at United before, where we had managers who had success before they came to United, but things fell apart, and it couldn't be the same as it was wherever they came from. But that was majorly because these managers were team managers. These managers were dealing with a lot at the club. But Ruben Amorim is a head coach. I hope that Ineos will listen to him, and once they listen to him and he gets what he needs for that side, we shall be very, very unplayable. First of all, you should know that the players at Manchester United, they must buy into the system of Ruben Amorim. I
That's
know
correct.
there's going to
They
be
must buy
negative.
into the system and they must also be ready to fit into his system.
Yeah, no, when you see, when the players buy into the system, it is almost certain that they'll fit
Mm.
in, because these are professionals. These are guys who actually can play the ball. But there's
Mm.
one thing that is very demanding about his style of football that Ineos must give him, because I heard that he demanded that they
Yeah.
give him um, players who have a lot of intensity,
Mm.
because his sides a lot of intensity. The games are a bit too intense, and for me, I think the Premier League is the place for him, because games in the Premier League are quite intense. It doesn't matter the opposition you're playing. So if he really emphasizes on having intensity in games, the players at Manchester United are good enough.
And I know players are good enough at United, I, but no, Josh, I think it's too. That is a lot of praise. You saying players at Man United are good enough. Not all of players, not all of the
Yeah, yeah,
players.
yeah, yeah. Not
A
all,
few
of
players.
course.
But again, you'll be surprised. The ones that we think are going to walk straight into his system, we would be surprised, and they are the ones struggling. Because we've
That's
seen
what I
this
was.
under Eric Ten Hag. I thought players like Anthony. I don't know whether it was because of the environment, because he did so well with Ajax even after Ten Hag left. But when he joined Man United, we saw he was really struggling.
Yeah,
I mean, he
but
wasn't really doing coming with
what
that
he
whole
used to
huge
do.
100, yeah, rather
Yeah,
80
but
million
you see,
price
the
tag,
thing is
and what
with
he used to
Anthony,
do compared to what he used to do at Ajax, it's not the
true.
same guy.
Yeah, but with Anthony, for me, you're going to say that these are excuses, but I don't think they're excuses. It's just the reality that happened. It just happened so fast for him that it got in the way of his progress at Manchester United. The guy comes in, he has a couple of good games when he scores on his debut against Arsenal. I mean, he's fierce. celebrates on the wrong end of the fans, but at least that is you
Yeah,
start
that's
to
an
see.
incredible goal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you start to see a player who has what it takes to play for a club like Manchester United. But then
Mm.
again, you have to forgive that that is his first season in England, and probably he's uh, getting used to the environment and stuff like that.
So,
But then again,
by the way, you insist. So you're still saying maybe this is the right season for him to get his shine on, right?
let me finish because
Okay.
quickly into the second season, quickly into the second season, there is this allegation that just comes up, and it distracts him. I mean, it disorients him. You could see that he had a couple of months out. He was not playing football. He was disoriented. So, I mean, it
There's
took a
that
toll on
issue
him.
also with his ex-girlfriend, if you
That's the one
remember,
I'm
the
talking
court and
about, the
everyone. Yeah,
allegation.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
so it did take a lot out of him, and he never had the chance to build on the first season that he had at Manchester United. Yeah, and you should know that when he came back, he was struggling because he came back to a team that was struggling, and because of the price tag that we did get him for, we hoped to we hoped for him to be the guy to rescue us from the pits where we were. That was a bit difficult, but then he has a chance. He has a chance with Ruben Amorim. He's a good footballer. He's a good footballer. He
He
has
is, but I don't know why things have refused to click at United, man. And we really
yeah,
need
and
him to hit the ground running very soon.
you see the thing I was telling you yesterday. Most importantly, what I want is for the manager to do what I want is for the manager to select the players that he does believe that are the ones fit to play for him. I do not have any favorites that this guy must be into the team, because I don't know what Ruben Amorim wants his team to look like. I do know the formation that he wants to play, but I feel like I want what Ruben Amorim wants. So whoever he chooses
I
is
think
the
every
guy that
player,
I'm gonna go
but
with.
anyway, you're right. Some fans are stubborn. They would have that. Why doesn't he play this one?
No,
You
no,
know,
no, 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 no. I'm not like that,
but
because it is, you see, from a distance, you could have this feeling about a certain player, but this is a guy who trains him, and this guy is trying to achieve something at the club. He of course wants to win football games, so he has to play his best hand. And if your favorite player is not in his side, so be it. But I do want him to get his way. I want the players to listen to him. I want the players to understand the football that he wants to play. And I hope that they do give us that intensity. That's why I do believe that Dalo and Mazraoui will continue to play in the wing back positions. This is because that these guys
some
have a
people are
lot of.
arguing, saying Ganacho might also be brought into the mix as a wing back
Yeah, that is good if he's so
he
fit.
improves his defensive qualities. I mean, coming
No,
back
but
and
I think that is because you see Ganacho is your brightest player, and you want him to be in the formation. It is not a bad thing for me. What I say is, if you're playing a weaker team like Ipswich,
mm,
with all due respect, you actually can play with Ganacho, because you're going to be playing a 3-2-5 when you have the ball. You're going to be attacking most of the game. So
mm,
that is fine. That is okay. But then again, when you're playing trickier games like away at Spurs, or you're playing Arsenal and stuff like that, I would rather you play Mazraoui and Diogo
Dallo.
Dallo. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would have an impact. Josh, back to Amorim. It's surprising that do you know he has played for Qatar at one point, or in Qatar anyway? I think the team
Oh,
is called
In
in
Qatar.
Qatar, while Al
eh,
Wakra, something like Al Wakra, yeah, Al Wakra, something like that, on loan from Benfica. But yeah, this is the, Benfica. sorry, Benfica, Braga, Sporting Lisbon, they have their own beef. Those three giants of Portugal, they have their own beef. Now, this is the GC beat. He has played for
Porto.
Benfica. He has FC Porto too, by the way. Thank you.
Yeah,
He has played for Benfica. He has played
yeah,
for Braga.
yeah,
Okay, that alone. Now, on top of that, he also, when it comes to his managerial profile, he has also managed for Braga. Actually, he did
yeah,
with the youth team, then went to
yeah.
the senior
Even the
team,
main team.
and that's where he went to the main team. And it's funny. Then from the main team, he chose on to go to where? To Sporting Lisbon. Everyone thought it was
Yeah,
not going to happen because of the friction the two teams rather
yeah.
have in between the batter. The United job to me was not very different from the Sporting Lisbon team when Amarum took over, because it was a mess the other side, just like it is right
Exactly,
now. Just like it
exactly.
is a mess right now.
But
And
I
he
do
did
think
so well. He walked in well, and it feels like this is his kind of like it's his field. He's used to
I
this.
agree.
He
I would
wants
like to.
this.
I would like to believe too that he loves a challenge, and he's not shy
He loves a
to
challenge. He
yes.
and he likes change. It's like he's ready for the change too. And
I hope he
like he's
doesn't
the right
overlike
man
the
to
change to leave United.
collectively pick all the broken pieces. And this is why he's at Man United. And I'm hopeful, very, very hopeful, he does the same thing, man. I cannot wait. And because I'm tired of Man City. I'm tired of Liverpool. Those two dominating us all the time. As Evra said, Arsenal are our babies. At one point, he said, sometimes Ferguson used to tell them, just go and play football. No formation, no style. Because if you try, because they knew they were good passers, go to the field, beat them, they win. So I don't know whether you watched that interview, but
Yeah,
it was so
but
funny. So,
the Arsenal of today is no longer the side that can be bullied. If
mm,
anything, Arsenal is the one that bullies of late.
mm,
What you can say Ateta has given to the team is at least some grit, because they have very powerful players, and powerful players, I mean physically built players who
mm,
can get into a fight. So
mm,
they actually tackle, they do all those things.
mm,
But actually you can say that if if Amorim can get United to play with the intensity that some teams play with, like say Aston Villa in some spells, and
yeah.
maybe Arsenal in some spells, then United has better players. We shall be able to do it.
Well,
He will turn
the,
things around.
the man takes on, I call it the EPL reign, because we have Man City that has dominated so much. They have won everything. They've beaten us, you know. And last time we saw Bernardo Silva, I think, was he? No, he was trolling Arsenal, by the way. But that's what I'm talking about, the dominancy. So I'm tired. I want to see that whole thing end. I want to see United
But you
crawling back
see,
slowly by slowly. And
the
I'm
thing
very
is,
optimistic. And I don't know why, but I feel like he's the chosen one, if I can say that. He's the new Mourinho. He's the chosen one to lift Man United up, put it back where it's supposed to be. Of course, with the support of the club. And
no, I do believe that he will just do that. He will be able to change the tide. That is, especially because he has a very good structure behind him. So the
mm,
structure can actually help him. You see, for a
oh,
team
they
like
have to
Man
help
City
him.
to,
They have to help
yeah,
him. Yeah.
for a team like Man City to have dominated the Premier League for such a long time, it is majorly because of the things that kept happening at Man City. But the time Mourinho was at the club, Man City had about 13 players who were not bought by Guardiola. So that is when he made that press conference and he said that is a football heritage.
Yeah.
Because I mean, at a certain point, the club has to start to buy certain players that can transform the club. So I mean, if you did buy Anthony, yes, he did not do well in the period that he has been. But if Amorim turns it around, in by his fourth year, he will still be about 23 years old or 24 years old.
That
and
is
then
correct.
you can start to count on certain players like that because they've been at the club for such a long time, and they do have the talent, so they know about the winning ethos of the club, and they can go ahead to do these things the right way. And you can also say that Man City, the jury is still out because they did acquire services of a lot of players, and we are not sure that they did that within the rules. So they were always going to be a force to reckon with
I I
because
saw
they had
City,
a very
Liverpool.
big resource envelope.
I saw City and Liverpool are some of the clubs that are ready to come out and file charges, or not really charges against Man City, but like I mean, you remember that Mourinho, even before we played Fenerbahce, Mourinho mentioned it. He talked about the FFP and everything, and him saying we should Man United should be winning or should have won that trophy, and if City is guilty, United should be crowned, and I should be given that title on that title. That EPL title should be added on my CV. And Josh, I don't want to drag on that. I don't want us, I don't want us to say that was really an issue, but all in all, Man City is a good team, Josh. It's
No,
painful to say.
it
They are
is
very good
actually a very
passers.
good team, and it
They
does
have a
have a very
very
good
good
coach.
striker. A good
Actually,
manager. Thank you.
you can argue the best in the world currently, but there's a thing that you must not ignore because the resource envelope that Man City had, and the way they were allowed to do the businesses that they did, they were always going to be a better side. Because
Mm.
I remember the time that United, in the Ferguson era, there's no chance Hurricane does not join Man United. No chance
Oh, by the
whatsoever.
way, you're right.
You
Because look,
see,
they even Rooney started showing those,
this
started showing those glimpses that he's going to be a top boy.
a
He got him
star
right.
in
He
the Premier
scooped him.
League,
He
and we
scooped
did
him
get
right away.
him.
I agree.
Dimitar Berbatov,
I agree.
Dimitar Berbatov, Rio Ferdinand,
Mm.
Rio Ferdinand, Dimitar Berbatov, we Van Persie, we always got the best in the league. We could afford to have these players, and
Mm.
there was not a lot of teams competing with us because
Yeah.
we had a bigger resource envelope than everyone else. But everyone got a bit of money, and they came to the party, but the time they came to the party, we were regrouping after losing
But Josh, don't you
Ferguson
think?
and David Dane.
Sorry,
Sorry,
Josh,
David Gill.
don't you think it's not fair? Of course, we know City splashed whatever Pep wanted. Uh, I mean, they got him. But again, considering if we look at Pep was at Man City, sorry, was at Barcelona, he won. He went to Bayern Munich, he won, although he failed to win the
Yo,
UCL.
don't start
That
me with
side.
the Barcelona story because I
No,
can tell you that one referee came out and admitted of doing some dubious things.
but we've seen another referee also in EPL. Who is this referee? The one
David
is
Coot.
no. Forget about David Code. One who resigned. I'm forgetting the name. At one point, he said he was scared of Ferguson every time he was at the touchline. So sometimes decision
Oh.
would go the other, the other way. But
Yeah, that is okay, but if it gets to you influencing who is going to be the match official in your game, then
mm,
that's another thing,
well,
like it was with Barcelona at the time.
okay, Josh. As I was saying, I don't think it's fair to say the financial muscle helped clubs like Man City. Maybe yes, it did, but United,
We
no
did.
manager at Man United has not been backed. Ten Hag alone, Josh, is close to 900 million pounds. Ten
You
Hag alone.
see,
So
now
it's
let me
not
tell you,
fair.
Isaac,
Uh,
it is.
Look at Mourinho. Players he brought in, how much
Isaac,
they
you
did
don't
cost.
understand.
Pogba, Lukaku.
Isaac,
No,
you
because you
don't
said
understand.
no. You talked about the financial support
Okay, yeah,
of
now let me
Man
help
City.
you understand.
Break it down for me, please.
Yeah, you see, the thing is, you do need very good football people in
Mm,
your corner to be able to use this money the right way, because you're not going to tell me that United has spent this kind of money, but they do not have the right people in the right places. So the money has almost been misused. Because if they tell you that Anthony could have been bought for 30 million and is bought 80 million, but you're counting that the manager has spent over 50 million. You understand?
You
You're
know, Josh,
saying that
in
they bought
accounts,
this guy for this kind of money, so the manager has spent that kind of money. No, the people who are there to make the deals happen were not good enough. So they made deals that were very extravagant. For the first time in a very long time, under Ineos is when I've seen United negotiate a deal and get a club to reduce, okay,
yeah,
or in the case of the assistants of Amorim, pay nothing. You know, at least we are having our way. At the time, I remember Mourinho wanted Harry Maguire, and Harry Maguire could have cost United 50 million. Okay,
yeah.
they refused to buy him. Then a season later, they paid 80 million. But then you're going to say that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer spent that 80 million buying Harry Maguire. That is not Solskjaer's problem, but that is where the club was at the time. Okay,
Josh, that wasn't Social's
so
problem, but I can give you very many examples, very many examples.
please do,
Different,
because even the
different,
case with Fred, even the case with
different.
Fred,
Oh my God, the case. No,
the
Josh, the
Shakhtar
case with
Donetsk,
Fred. You know,
yes,
they even laughed at Man United.
exactly. So how
How
do you
Man
blame?
United used to conduct business back then was very poor. But again, I also understand
Exactly.
Mourinho
So you
said
cannot
he
blame Jose
wanted the
Mourinho.
player. No, Mourinho, I'm not saying I'm not blaming, but he insisted on wanting the player.
Yes,
Maybe you could say the
not
negotiations were
mean
poor, that clubs would
no.
only rather the boys or the top men at the time would case study Anthony transfer, Maguire would take so long, would drag the transfer, and by the time they make up their mind they're ready to pay, it's too late for the other team and they have to rush, they have to panic to get replacements for these other players. So they give you their price tags. You take him or not. But Josh, still I
But then
insist,
that cannot be a
United has
problem
spent
for the
money.
manager.
United has still spent money. We've spent money on Lukaku, Bongoli.
Yeah,
We spent money on Pogba.
Isaac,
Jo-
we've
okay, you
spent
remember the
money
Pogba?
badly. We've spent money badly.
Yeah, but Josh, either way, you've been backed. Look at Ten
No,
Hag.
yeah, but you see, when you're using it to clap back at a
Hi,
manager,
Judah. Hi,
you have
Judah. Judah, we are going to come to you just in a minute. Yeah, Josh.
when you're using that to clap back at a manager, you must actually um, open yourself up to what was happening at the club, because you said that the manager did spend this amount of money at the club. I do agree with you. The manager was backed. He was bought 4 players that he needed, but then because
Are we
of the
talking?
way we
Are we talking
negotiated
about Ten
deals,
Hag?
no, I'm talking about any manager at
Because
United
I wanted
before
to bring you
Ineos.
to Ten Hag
Before Ineos.
since Ineos.
No, before Ineos.
Ineos took over. Oh, they bought shares last season, right?
Yes.
Now, at the beginning of this very season, I would say even
Yes.
throughout the whole transfer, Josh, the transfer kit that was handed, the
Nothing was
transfers that
handed
came
to
through,
Ten Hag.
just the transfers that came through. He pointed at Joshua Zaxi, they got him. Lenny Euro, although still, Lenny Euro was also has some bit of Ineos hands all over it. We look
Let
at
me tell you,
Rasmus
even
Holland.
Joshua Zagzi, if we
No,
are
I
to
don't think
believe,
Joshua Zaxi.
if we are to believe what
Lenny
is
Euro, I
coming out,
agree.
so
Joshua Zaxi, no.
you want to agree the player you think is good enough to have been Ineos, but the
No,
player you think
I
is
haven't
not
seen
good
Lenny
enough
Euro play,
to
by
have
the way.
been
He might
Eric Ten
also
Hag.
turn out to be
You
otherwise. No,
see,
no, no, Josh.
yeah,
What
but
I'm
now
trying to
let me
say
tell
is
you the thing though.
Ineos, even in the little months or little time it had, rather, it had taken over of course, not taken over anyway. The whole football thing left to Ineos by the Glazers. You can see the support they've been trying to provide, Josh. They brought Lenny Euro, they brought on Joshua Zaxi, they brought on, of course, Mazarawi in the league. They brought on very many players.
Yeah,
Okay,
they brought 5 players in,
yeah,
but let
five
me,
players.
you see,
Maybe the only thing I would excuse him is the Casemiro transfer, Rasmus
no,
transfer.
let me tell you, what happens at a club, especially in the event that Ineos has brought that type of structure that they did get to do
Mm.
what? To buy players. They've even gotten a director of recruitment. And you still think that these players were pointed at by Eric Ten Hag?
But
They were
Josh,
not. He did
do you know
have the
Ten Hag?
veto. He did
In
have the
other words,
veto.
no, he did have the veto, Josh.
Yeah, he did
Unlike
have the
Ruben
veto
Amorim,
power.
that's what I was going to talk about.
Listen, listen. He did have
Okay,
the veto power at the end. Okay, but the veto power was to okay the player who was coming in. The veto power is only used when he does not like the player who is coming in. But if the player is coming in and he likes him, the director of recruitment can go ahead and recruit this player. So
all
for
right.
me, I think United was backing United. Ineos was backing Manchester United as a club.
Once again, thank you so much for tuning in, Josh and Isaac. Just real quick, before we go back, let's see. Adeli says, "Hi, Isaac and Josh. Ruben Amorim should clear out the dead work players from Man United." I agreed. He goes on to say, Newcastle should sign uh, Bed,
Loic Bade.
then Great. Is it Great? Mario Gomez, then Openda, Jonathan David. The
But you
room, I
don't
don't
have
think
the
Jonathan
money.
David is going to come. Yeah, they don't have them.
You
No,
don't
Josh,
have
they
the
do have the
money to
money.
do those deals that you want.
No, they did last time. You never know.
Yeah, they don't anymore.
But
But
and for Jonathan David, I don't think
they did
Jonathan
put
David
up a
is
lot of
going to
money
join
for
Newcastle.
they did
Mark
put
Gay,
out a lot of money in the bid for Mark Gay. I
Mark Gay,
just
yeah,
don't know
correct.
why they didn't buy any more players.
Well, Jude, we have Jude or Judah in the comment section. Greetings. Change is always
Greetings,
exciting. I
Judah.
agree. Greetings to you, Jude. I hope you've subscribed. I hope you've subscribed. Please do subscribe. He says change is always exciting. That is true. Josh, so again, let's go back to our topic. Ruben Amorim is here. Okay. He takes on very soon. Next weekend, his first game as a Manchester United manager is going to be an away game visiting Ipswich. But I mean, with all this, of course, we have to give him some time. He has to check out the players that are going to fit his style of play, players that are going to be easy for him to work with. But again, Josh, I say this, we have Anslot already in the EPL who's done incredibly well. Anslot has done incredibly well. Top of the table, 23 points. We have
Just lost one game.
exactly, thank you. We have they lost it to Nottingham Forest, right?
Yeah,
Nottingham 1-0. Nottingham is
yeah.
also doing well. Then we have the man himself who has lost 4 games back to back. I don't know whether it's for the first time because I saw somewhere they said
It
it, the
is the
same thing.
first time.
This well, someone said the same thing happened at Bayern.
No,
I tried
no,
to
no,
read
no.
about it, but
It has
I think it
never.
was 3 games. But yeah, Pep Guardiola losing 4 games back to back. This has never happened. So I speak about Anslot and Pep Guardiola, or I speak about Liverpool and Man City in the same sentence because if you check the table, if you check their cabinet in the last 5 years, they've done way better than any other team in the Premier League. And of course, we have someone who's trying to squeeze himself in, but hasn't won shit. I'm talking about Arsenal Zateta. Okay.
Really?
Now I'm just saying he's trying to squeeze himself in. Of course, he has 2 trophies
Which one? Community Shield.
and the FA. Josh, come
He
on.
has one trophy. The Community Shield is not really a trophy, it's a shield.
Well, well, we have Ateta as well who has done. I mean,
Yeah.
but I'm
So
just
we wait for
saying
Netflix next season.
we wait for Netflix, rather Netflix next season. We are going to be subscribed, so we hope again it comes back in another season. But Josh, before I go on, Anslot is around, Pep Guardiola is around. On the sides, we have Mikel Arteta, who is also trying to make his way up to the top, although he's been doing poorly. Then we have the fresher, the new boy, 30, the chosen one, 39 years old, the Portuguese Magnifico, joining EPL. You know, it's not the first time he would be taking on a team as the manager, a team that has been doing so poorly, a team that is in a mess, as I already mentioned earlier. I want to see, is there any chance for this man to stop the dominance? We've seen what he can do already in the Champions League. He did very well. It's not the game that you're going to say it was really, really up there, because the first half, I'm talking about Sporting Lisbon versus Man City. First half was fair, to be honest. It wasn't really the game for Sporting, but in the second half, they turned up. So, do you see him squeezing himself and pushing United into the into the top four again? We're only 4 points away.
Bro, we were always going to make top four. As
I
in,
know,
that top
Josh.
four question is not there, but it's quite a mountain for us to climb.
Yeah.
That is becoming title contenders at this stage of the season, with Liverpool so many points away from us. They
Yeah.
are about 4 games and a draw away, 4 wins and a draw away from us. So
Mm.
that makes it a bit very difficult for us to catch up in a
They're
period
actually 5 games
where
away. Yeah. No,
not
no, no,
13
they're not.
points.
No, no, they're 13 points. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, which is 4 games and a draw. But
Correct.
it is quite a mountain to climb given the situation that we are in. Um, the manager has to adapt to the players, and the players have to adapt to him. He has to adapt to the league. It might take some time, but it might not take any time, because I do believe he's going to build on what he has found at the club. And Eric Ten Hag is not a stupid manager. Eric Ten Hag is not a bad manager. There are things that he must have left at the club that shaped the team to be in a better position. And maybe the manager will pick one or two things from that, and the adaptation period will not be so long. But 13 points to make up at this stage of the season is a bit difficult. But if there's anyone to do the impossible, to make the impossible possible, it is Ruben Amorim, because Ruben Amorim has never been a manager at a place where things were running smoothly. I mean, it's until he came and demanded that things are done a certain way, that things started to be done a certain way. And all these places where he was at, I mean, they went to achieve certain things. He even managed to achieve a domestic trophy at Braga in a very short period of time. So I
Mm.
do believe that he's the right man for the job. This is the job that he needed to get. Um, the job needs him just as much as he needs the job. So I mean, for him to continue his development in his career, he has to actually give 100% of himself to Manchester United, and he's a Manchester United manager, so he will do great. He will do great. I mean, we shall find a way to try and stay for Man City, because Man City and Arsenal and whoever is above us, because I don't think that the players that we do have are bad players. It is the intensity, like I told you earlier, that we must get into
Mm.
our side. You see, most of the time, the intensity is about winning second balls. If like a bad pass is made and the ball is lingering around, they should be United players pouncing in that situation and winning the ball. And guess what? Manuel Ugarte is the perfect player for that,
I'm sorry
because
to
he
laugh.
covers his spaces.
Ziad
Yes.
always comes with funny, funny statements. Yeah, Josh. Yeah, you were saying, but I can't wait. Okay, Ziad, let's put out this. Let's put. He says Ruben Amorim interview drops in an hour. No more two trophies. He's always trolling Ten Hag, man. Let the man be. Yeah, but Josh,
I hope you don't get 4 trophies.
I'm
Uh,
looking at the midfield options at rather the midfield center, the center midfield options at Man United with Casemiro, Ericsson, Kobe, Mino, Ugarte. Uh, I mean, physicality is required, which is a huge concern for any of the partnership or rather for any of the players mentioned above, if they are to partner. And for some reason, I think in the 3-4-3, Casemiro, I know people are writing him off, but he suits. He might sit in very well with Ugarte, Josh.
Believe you me, the people that you write off in the system, but like I told you, if the
Mm,
manager so believes that this is the right player for the system that I want to play, I wish that player is the one who is selected ahead of any other player. The crowd thinks that he should be getting a nod, because for me, if you look at that midfield, whoever is even if it is Toby Collier, who is better than the players available, the manager that has chosen that he has the right intensity to play for his system, that is the player that should be playing. I am not one who has favorites and I wish this player to be
well,
playing ahead of this
no,
one.
I'm just
No,
saying I like
I
Casemiro
want
because he plays on the front, on the front foot,
on
and
the front foot.
yeah, and he's also good at protecting spaces. I mean,
Yeah, but he takes a little too much time on the ball. But
that is
that is a
correct.
thing that you can correct out of him, because when you have a team in a 3-4-3 formation that is
Mm,
really attacking, and they're doing the right things the way they're supposed to do them, then the players in midfield can just mop up.
I
And
know.
Ugarte has the tactical discipline to
Oh
hold his
yeah, Ugarte has
position.
that. He's even
Yes.
very good when we're out of, or rather, when yeah, I would say he's a good player when whichever team is playing for is out of possession. But I'm
If you
looking at
want to
Ericsson,
enjoy,
Josh.
if you want
Ericsson,
to, just a minute, if you want to enjoy Manuel Ugarte, watch
yeah,
him when he doesn't have the ball. You will enjoy
it's
this
that's
player.
what I'm
You
saying.
will
He's very
enjoy
good when we're out of
how he
possession.
floats
And
on the
now this
pitch
affects
with the
players like
play.
Ericsson. Ericsson is not
No,
good at that, Josh.
no, actually,
He's not.
Ericsson, I have
Uh,
Ericsson in my team,
he's
because
You
at
have
the
him.
front,
His
yes,
impact is less, Josh,
yeah,
and I
but
don't think that suits him.
the
The
two tens,
intensity that it requires to win back possession.
yes, the two tens I would play Ericsson and Fernandez, or Mason Mount and Fernandez.
Uh, you
But
said
for
Ericsson
the,
and Fernandez.
yes, but
How
for the
about Ericsson,
intensity,
Amad Diallo?
no, Fernandez
Sorry,
has to
no, no,
be in
no.
the two.
Bruno Fernandez and Amad Diallo. I also
Yeah,
think Bruno Fernandez
that
and
ca-
Ganacho on the other side of the left
no,
is also a
Ganacho,
good
no
one.
way.
No,
No, Ganacho, no way.
I think he could do well.
Okay, I wouldn't choose Ganacho as the first player, but because he's a very young player, I know that he can do the right things that the manager wants him to do. So he can he can dig deep and tap into that intensity, and then do the right things that the manager wishes him to do. So I don't have a problem with Ganacho playing there, but I think I would prefer to see Fernandez and Mason Mount, because Mason Mount, for the time that we've seen him at United, even when Eric Ten Hag brought him in, and in his mind, he thought that United would be playing with two eights. So the other advanced eight would have been Mason Mount, and Mason Mount would be winning the ball back quickly. Yeah, so Sports Jazz, subscribe, hit the like button. Yeah. uh, Ziad, yeah, let's wait. But I like how Amorim talks. I like the things that he says. He is always on point. You start to feel like he's a guy who is ready to do the job, and I hope that he does do the job. I do believe that Amorim will be the last guy to help United get back to better ways. Ahmad would do better with Bruno in 10. Yeah, it's Height Studios. I do also chose Ahmad to play with Bruno Fernandes in the two tens. But then again, when you think about it, I would rather have Mason Mount if he's fit, because that is a position that requires a person who has a lot of intensity, so we can win the ball back high up the pitch. And no better player at United has showed this intensity than Mason Mount. And Bruno Fernandes is just quite as good winning the ball back.
Yeah, Josh.
Yo,
I see Heights. Heights is in the building. Hi Heights. He says Ahmad would do better with Bruno. Do you call that? Do you call that, Josh? You think he would do better with Bruno?
yeah, no, I mean, I've just told him that I did think Bruno and Ahmad would play in the tens. They
Yeah,
are
you
good
mentioned
players,
we talked
but then
about
I
the
would
expectations.
prefer, yes, but I would prefer, having seen Mason Mount back, I would prefer Mason Mount, because Mason Mount has the intensity.
But
He
the
can
one thing I
win that
like
ball
about
up.
I don't know about that, but one thing I'm very certain of is that he's very good off the ball, or when we are out of position,
And he's a
looking for the
decent
ball,
player. We've
getting it.
always seen. We've
He
always
used to
seen
be a
him.
decent player, Josh. Let's use the right words. He used to be the decent. He used to be a decent
No, he's
player.
a decent player. You've not seen him play football in like 2 years,
And why is that, Josh? Whose
because he's
fault is
always
it?
injured.
That's what I'm saying. It's not
Nature.
my. It's not our fault. Well, it's the. I could argue the same thing for Luke Shaw.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But no
Yeah, but
problem with that. I don't have a problem with that.
yeah. Nelson, what's up? Nelson, what's up? Height says, "How sure are we that Amaroon will play with his 3-4-3?" I don't know how sure, by the way, but because I remember in one of the interviews at Sporting, still in Portugal, he said, I don't remember, but it was like he's
I'm
not going to come right
100%
away.
certain. I am
He,
100% certain he's going to play
Josh,
with the
this
three
is what
four
he said.
three formation.
While in Portugal, he said something close to, I don't remember the exact word, but he said,
I do
I think if he
remember.
steps into, if he comes at Man United, it's not going to be right away the same position. In other words, he has to first know, adapt what's the other side. And I personally, I cannot
No,
wait
no,
to
no,
see.
no. Actually,
Everyone is actually excited to see him play the 3-4-3 or
no.
three
What he
four two
was
one.
saying, what
Mm,
he was saying, Isaac, was when it comes to Man United, he's not stupid, he's not naive. He
yeah.
has to understand the situation at the club. It's going to be a very difficult job. However, he must use a structure
Okay.
while playing at United, and he must
Mm,
use the structure that he knows. And the structure that he knows is the 3-4-3. Then he tells you that along the way, he will start to adapt to the qualities, abilities of the players. And
mm.
that's when maybe you can see him change a formation. But I don't think that he will change a formation.
But man, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Everyone is everyone is excited. Everyone cannot wait to see United play the 3-4-3. I cannot wait.
Yeah, it sucks to be
Do you know why I say
a
I cannot
football.
wait? I'm not even thinking about Ipswich. I cannot wait to see United grinding, eating up Arsenal. I cannot wait United to see. We have to pay. Liverpool has to pay back for what they did. The 3-0 at Old Trafford. That's embarrassing, bro. Very embarrassing. Was it at Old Trafford? It was very embarrassing. Then we also have teams like Man City. That we need to stop that dominance, and this is the man. So 3-4-3. That's the right system, Josh. That's the right formation to squeeze out the juice out
I
of all
think
these other teams.
I think you shouldn't be too excited, because the
Why?
way I know you, you're going to start crying the moment you don't see goals. The moment you don't see this, you're going to say, God, what's wrong with this guy? Why is that guy not doing this? Kuampole, kuampole, kuampole.
Sinan, what's up? What's up, Sinan? What's up, Sinan? Yo, but it's a beautiful man. Rather, it's a beautiful feeling that 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 all United fans are excited and can't wait. Nelson says Mason Mount plays high school football. How long will it take him to pick up? And yet, right? He was fished within
Finished.
the Premier League. He was fished within the Premier League. In other words, saying if
Oh
you've
yeah,
played within
yeah.
the Premier League, it shouldn't take you long to pick up. Josh, over to
No,
you.
the picking up, you see, Nelson, it's not that he hasn't picked up. He has just failed to be fit. He is always not fit. So it is difficult for him to play football because he's never fit. If he were fit, then maybe you would say that he has failed at United. But I hope that this time that he comes, he does not he does not go back to the sick bay. At least give him a rhythm. Let him get some rhythm of playing football again. So then you can hope that he's in good shape to play.
Yeah, Josh. Thank you once again. I'm trying to. There's a comment in. No, I don't think it meant. I don't think it meant that way. But yo, yeah, I would love to hear what Nelson thinks. Are we ending? Is United coming back into the mix, Josh? Are they stepping into the big boys? Of course not now. I mean, we are saying this. We are counting until May when the season ends. Are the boys stepping back into the mix as the boys? Not this eighth, seventh. Then you have to win Europa to qualify for Champions League. Then you have to win, you have to win FA to qualify for Europa. I think everyone is tired of that, Josh, and we
Yeah,
can't
but
wait.
you have to be patient before you
We are very patient.
you know you're the most impatient United fan.
Mm.
The moment there's no goal in 10 minutes, you're running mad.
I will.
Yeah,
I will. I will. I will. I
United is
will.
coming back.
Yeah, that's correct. Heights. United has to be back. They have to come back. And I like how Amarim is chilled. Have you seen his interviews? Did you see him taking a tour of the whole place? He was
Yeah,
chilled. He wasn't. It's like he has been there. Of course, he has been there back
right.
then when was it Braga when United was playing Braga.
Yeah, he's been at Old Trafford twice,
Yeah,
Benfica and Braga.
but this time he's coming back as the manager, and it's a different feeling. By the way, Nestroy did put out a statement a few minutes ago. He was
Yeah,
thanking Man United fans. He thanked the backroom staff. He thanked, uh, everyone at the club. And from what I hear, he has applied for the Coventry City managerial post. I think it was available. I don't know. I hope he takes it. I hope he takes it. And that's a good way to come back. Although I don't know.
to come
Such
back
teams are also
where
not good. No, no, for his
Amorim is
comeback.
win.
For his comeback, Josh. Let me put that
Uh,
right. Yeah, to make but
Amorim is
the
here
only
to
problem is
stay.
those teams don't. It's a
You know, when
downgrade
you're
if
a
you come
manager
from
at
PSV
Manchester
and Hoven.
United, you don't just leave.
Yeah, Josh, but I'm
You're
saying
winning things.
it's a huge downgrade from PSV and Hoven to being an assistant at Man United to going to an
No,
interim
no,
manager,
no,
then
no,
going to
no, no, no,
Coventry
no,
City.
no, no. It's not a
Ask me why.
downgrade
Ask
to
me
be
why.
an
Ask me why.
assistant at why.
Coventry City are not going to get you the kind of players that you need. Their budget is
No, but you
limited. I'm
said
just saying.
Manchester United being an assistant. That's not a downgrade.
No, what I meant to say from managing Man United and PSV going to
Yeah.
Coventry City. To me, I
Yeah,
think it's a
but
downgrade.
no, you need a stepping stone. You need a place where you're going
He
to.
already had that. He already had that with
No,
PSV.
he's not looking for a check. A guy like Ruben Amorim is not looking for a check. He's looking for the best job that he can do. So
Mm,
maybe when he looked at the things that at Coventry City, he did think that they are going to give him the latitude to do the things that he wants to do.
mm.
You don't need Mbappe at Coventry City.
No, you don't need Mbappe, but
Yeah, so
at
I
least you
mean,
need good players within that league to be on your side if you
yeah,
want to win.
Charlie Austin can do, you know.
Yeah, there's this player who plays for West Ham. I think he should also go that side. He would be a threat that side. Bowen, is it Bowen?
Gerald Bowen,
I'm just
are you
saying. He,
crazy?
he,
Bowen is
Josh,
a
that's
top
no, no,
guy.
not. Is it? Who is this player who comes from the bench? There's a player at one time when Moyes was managing West Ham. They got a penalty and they brought him on to take the penalty and he missed it.
Oh, he left.
Who is that?
I'm forgetting his name.
No, I
I
think he's
can
still
even
there,
see him.
Josh.
No, he
I'm
left.
forgetting the name. I'm forgetting.
A guy
But
retired.
no, no, no. Those are the players. Vardy himself, by the way. Vardy
Oh
should
my
go back
God, I
that
can
side. He's
see
going
the
to
guy,
break
but
records.
his
But
name was
I'm also forgetting the name. You remember him?
yeah.
Actually, he was on the bench. West Ham got a penalty. They made that substitution specifically for him to come on and take the penalty, only for him to come and miss. I'm
Yeah, it
forgetting the
happens.
name. It happens. But anyway, yeah, just kidding. Banter aside, yeah, Bowen is a top player. He's a good player. He shouldn't be. And he actually he's right where he should be at West Ham. That's what I think. He's right where he should be.
Can
Anyways, yeah, you're saying?
can't you take him for Rashford?
By the way, I could take him for Rashford.
Yeah.
And Josh, by the way, I hope when Amorim, because it's a clean slate. I hope Rashford is tried out as a striker, as a nine, with the two tens behind him. I think he might do so well. We might see him.
Who?
We might see a revived player in Rashford.
Who?
Rashford.
Well, that's what I want to see. Like I told you, I am not going to be here and wish that this is the player who starts or the other. All I
Mm.
want to see is players who are ready to play for the club.
Well, Nelson says those players will excite us in the first 10 games with the new manager, but most of them are never consistent. They act like they ain't professional athletes. Rashford, Lindelof, Shaw, Maguire, Anthony. Josh, do you see most Manchester United fans are coming for Rashford?
Why do you pick Rashford? He has mentioned 5 people.
You know, because we
Why are
all
you
know these
picking
ones.
Rashford?
We all know these ones. We all maybe I'll
No,
also mention
we
Anthony.
no,
I
we
mean,
also
it's
know
Rashford,
we
Josh. It's
also know
Rashford.
Rashford.
It's
Yeah, because he
Rashford.
has. You know why?
I say this because it's disappointing, if
No,
I
it
can
is
put it
not
right.
disappointing.
It
It is not
is, Josh.
disappointing. It is not disappointing. He has flattered to deceive ever since he has been at the club. He has been there for quite some time. We've,
Josh,
as
please,
fans,
I want you to rewind that. You say
uh, sh-
Rashford has flattered
shut up.
to deceive. I'm I'm very happy that you finally said it out. I
No,
agree
I
with
keep
you if you say
saying
that.
it. You just don't listen to me because what I'm saying is not that these things don't happen. I just gave you an insight on what I think, why I think Rashford is the way he is. From that day, I became the guy who wants Rashford to remain at the club. I don't want to lose any player. I don't want to stay with any player who cannot give 100% for the club.
And as in this very moment, if I'm to mention those players,
No, you see,
Josh,
with
I haven't
you,
finished.
with
I haven't finished.
yeah, but with you, you want to write off a player before he even kicks a ball.
Well, we've seen him play. We've seen him play. He's kicked the ball. He's done
Yeah,
whatever he has done.
you see, Nelson, let him give us the 10 games. The moment is shit. First guy on the jet out.
You vote for him to leave right away.
First guy on the jet out.
Anyhow,
Man,
anyhow.
this is not time to be slacking around.
No, it's not. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure, Josh and Isaac. Subscribe, guys. Subscribe, turn on the notifications. It's Sports Jazz. It's been a pleasure. See you tomorrow, same time. Adios.